Hi again, I'm back. Today I want to talk about another jurisdiction within Western Australian justice system named State Administrative Tribunal, or SAT. Before starting to talk about SAT, I need to mention an omitted part, the part that I forgot to mention in my previous video about CCC, and that part relates to the interaction that I had with CCC. With CCC, my interaction was related to reporting the unlawful and corrupt conduct of a parliament member, Dr. Jagadish Krishnan, or Jags, which I just sent some evidential material and argument to CCC. But as expected, this corrupt anti-corruption body ignored all of the fact and evidential material, and then without even getting back to me properly and discussing anything with me, just after initial report, I mean that they never asked for any further documentation or evidence. They said that no, there is no concerns about this dirty and corrupt politician. A state administrative tribunal. Actually, a state administrative tribunal, with the state administrative tribunal, I had a very unique and different experience. Because of that, I'm going to put like my argument, my narrative about a state administrative tribunal in two separate videos, like this one and the next one. In this one, I'm going to talk mostly about the general observation about the state administrative tribunal, and then in the next one, I'm going to talk about my peculiar experience with this jurisdiction. A state administrative tribunal, surprisingly, used to be one of the best jurisdictions within WA, and mostly at the time of previous president. You may know tribunals, they mostly have presidents at the head of the jurisdiction, while in courts mostly we have chief judge or chief justice as the main as the head of jurisdiction. State administrative tribunal used to be one of the best jurisdictions in WA at the time of the Honorable Justice Pritchard, between 2019 and 2024. The Honorable Justice Pritchard is one of the best, or was one of the best judges in Australia. Her Honor became a judge at a very, very young age, and Her Honor retired herself as a judge again at a very young age, because the age that Her Honor retired or decided for an early retirement is the age that many people, they become judge for the first time. It was very interesting for me to see that how harmoniously and how efficiently this tribunal were operating. And it is a very important, actually, jurisdiction, because it oversees professional like misconduct, or let's say legal matters related to various professions like medical professions and police. At the same time, another important position of this tribunal is that it's the first place to check the functionality of the regulators of each profession, like medical board and its interaction with medical profession, legal practice board, its interaction with professionals of that area. So it's very important. It was very important. It is very important in that sense because technically sometimes the problem may be with regulators, and then that's the first part of the justice system that can pick those issues and safeguard the healthy conduct of regulators in each profession. As I mentioned at the time of the Honorable Justice Pritchard, it was a brilliant jurisdiction. Very high quality justice was delivered to people and very accessible pathways for people, to the extent that many people, they could actually conduct some part of our whole litigation or whole legal process even without representation because of this very user-friendly structure and strong management. But you can tell that when something good is among bad things, that good may be considered abnormal. So it was expected that the previous Attorney General and the governing team in the state, they will not tolerate such a healthy tribunal, that Her Honor was conducting it in a way that no one would dare to intervene in any matter within this tribunal. And also regulators, they needed to prove to the tribunal that they are following the law and there were not any place for abuse of authority or power by these bodies. So in mid-2024, our previous Deputy Attorney General and other involved people didn't extend the service of the Honorable Justice Pritchard, and a new judge, a new justice, and the new justice was appointed, a very inexperienced one, as the head of this jurisdiction. And then soon, even though for example for my matters, it was the final stages of my matter, you could tell that the tribunal management was started to go down. And just one example, at the time of the Honorable Justice Pritchard, I just raised one concern about certain matters within tribunal. Her Honor Chamber responded immediately, and then in 3 days, Her Honor conducted a hearing and to assess the situation. But after the new president, Justice Caitlin Glancy, it was, I think, maybe 20 days after her appointment, I complained about the conduct of the Office of Public Advocate in one matter. One of the member of that office was supposed to discuss a few things with me, breached the confidentiality and had some hidden communication with my legal opponents. So that complaint, so far nearly a year, has never been responded. It was very obvious that the new president is a puppet president. So the corrupt state government and criminal Attorney General John Quigley could take over this jurisdiction, and the state technically lost the service of one of the best judges in Australia, the Honorable Justice Pritchard, unfortunately. So this is the general situation with this jurisdiction, past and present. However, there are more arguments about this jurisdiction, about my peculiar experience with it, and I will provide it hopefully in the next few days as the second video for a state administrative tribunal, and share it with you guys. Talk soon. Bye.